Chapter. We're talking real money.
Yeah, it's that time of year I generally hate. The holiday time. Hate holidays.
I'm going to see your show here a couple days.
You're going to see what show?
A Christmas Carol, aren't you?
Oh,
Ebenezer?
that's me. Yep.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
So.
Yeah, I'm the model.
Are there
for
no
that.
prisons? Yeah,
Are there no workhouses?
Yeah, okay. Put me down for nothing. I'll celebrate Christmas in my own way.
Coal.
Yeah.
Cratchit. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh,
I don't know.
This holiday season, though, every once in a while, some of the kids visit. Not always. I'm not like you. I don't have this family that is in locked into orbit around me.
Yeah, well,
you must hand out money.
You
must hand out money.
You know I do.
Yeah.
You know
right.
I do.
See, I don't.
No. I know.
So they've all their orbits.
I think you just mentioned that, didn't you, Mr. Scrooge?
Bah, humbug.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but I've got family visiting this time of year, and a lot of you have family visiting this time of year, or you've got kids and high school kids who are trying to stay away from you, even though they're forced to live in your house this holiday season. And one of the topics that probably should come up in conversation, although in the olden days, I know my wife's parents said, you don't talk about certain things in polite conversation.
Ah, there you go.
One of those is money, although you probably should. Shouldn't you?
You should, yes. Well, but what if your money values are poor and then you're going to hand those off to the next generation?
Oh, well, then don't talk about it.
So like what would you say if you talk to one of your children? I mean, I know what I would say.
I would say, I have no money for you. Go away.
Perfect.
Children.
There's a great holiday greeting. Yeah, this is such a loaded, I didn't even want to do this because I know I'm going to say something that's going to get me in trouble with somebody in my family, but I'm going to do it anyway.
As long as you don't use the word guarantee, you'll be fine.
No G word of any kind. Because it's a fascinating, loaded, that we just had it this week with somebody who came in and we talked between
you're talking about
how people deal with all of this.
Well, I would imagine you get that a lot because you have couples that come in.
Because the reason that we get to know them, though, is because they have been savers, they have been investors for the most part. So they agree on that part of things.
But they do disagree on things, too.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I just talked to my wife about this last night. And I don't think she's being sarcastic. She said, everything that we have is because of you. I said, now that's a little strong. But she said the saving, the investing, doing all that stuff, she just wouldn't do it because she didn't grow up with it. She never saw it, which I didn't really see it that much. No, it's something that was learned. My family, like what you just said, that would describe my family. It was not a topic to be discussed. It's gauche. Mm-hmm. You don't do it.
You don't talk about sex. You don't talk about religion.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't talk money. Well, you can talk politics, but you can't talk money.
Depend on the
table. You can only talk politics if you agree with Dad.
Yeah. Because there's a new survey that found that 56% of Americans say their parents never discussed money with them. That's a pretty strong statement, by the way. Never discuss. I mean, every family has some discussion. Hey, can I go buy this? No, we can't afford it. That's a discussion about money.
Yeah, I don't think that's the discussion they're talking about in the question, though.
I think
asked.
You're right. It's
I
more
think they're talking
about
more about spending, habits, planning, saving, investing, retirement, that kind of thing. Estate planning, that's another part. I think that comes into that conversation.
I agree.
All of these things are part of that conversation. And the older you get, I think the more important that conversation, particularly with your children, becomes.
Have you ever had one with your kids? Like, I hope I get another 20 years to live. Here's what you may get when I die.
Yeah, I've told them that. I've said nothing.
You've said nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
Okay.
I've honestly said that. I said, please have no expectations.
I think that's
because
reasonable.
My goal is to spend it all.
Yeah, which I think
is
fair. No, I think
stand on your own 2 feet. My mother told me that decades ago.
Yeah,
she goes, I'm not going to leave you anything.
And you don't need her to. But 80% of Americans say their wealth has been self-made. Only 5% say they inherited it, which apparently they didn't interview the Gates children. Or Warren Buffett.
Matt Gates?
Matt Gates.
Oh, wrong Gates. Sorry.
Try the spelling again. Northwest version. So, I mean, this is and you said bring it up in the holidays. I think it's a horrible time to bring it up, but that's just me.
No. That's like the only time your adult children are around for an extended period of time, unless, of course, they all live at the compound.
The compound. They cannot escape. The doors.
Everybody's at Tom's house all the time. So, but like my daughter, we see her if we fly to New York, and then it's always a whirlwind of taking her out to expensive dinners.
Isn't she coming back to Florida for Christmas? But she's coming to
Florida for Christmas with her boyfriend, with her beau.
Okay, there you go. So there'll be some time. But are you going to ask him, hey, how much you got saved for retirement?
A lot. I've already talked to him.
You had the financial discussion.
We actually went to a distillery in New York.
After a couple, you said, "What about
distillery?"
this?
And then we had a couple of bourbons, and I started talking to him about how he's set financially, and hey, he's set.
Yeah, no, and so in my
the young man is really frugal.
We have one spender, my kids, and two, I think, savers. I think. Because the younger one, I'm not sure. Because even though she regularly says, I can't buy that because it's too expensive. Or we go somewhere and she said, I don't want to buy it. And I say, well, wait, I'm the one buying it. She goes, no, it's too much.
Wow.
Okay.
Good job on her.
Yeah, no.
Good
and
job.
Then.
Because that is not my daughter. That is definitely
you just said something
not,
about expensive dinners or something.
That is definitely not my daughter. Oh.
And my eldest daughter is of the similar mind to yours. That she is a spender.
Yeah.
Not a saver. So
my DoorDash account is Tori's DoorDash account.
Wow.
My whatever account, it's Tori's account too.
Yeah.
Her cell phone still getting paid for by Dad.
But you know that my son Taylor, who's an advisor here, he still has the original dollar he ever got. He's not a spender. He's very tight with the buck. So and my wife, God bless her, I shared this conversation with you. Because
you're going to share it. Wait, you're going to share it on the podcast?
I already told you that I did this. That we just had the discussion about 2025, which is
you're going to share this on the podcast.
Absolutely, you're wide
she doesn't
open.
Listen,
she doesn't. She listens to the radio version sometimes, but not the podcast. I don't know if she knows how or something. But anyway,
most people don't know how.
I know it's shocking, but we had the discussion about 2025, and I said we are going to have a budget, and here's how much we're going to spend. And she said, but what if we need something else?
Okay. Now, wait a minute. You see, what you have to do, you have to read between the lines. Remember, the word need and the word want are used interchangeably.
They are.
And I think she said need because it sounds better, but what she really meant to say was want. Yeah, what if we want something else?
So anyway, so when you look at your situation and think, well, Tom, perfect because he's a financial advisor. No, it's not. There's all kinds of things that aren't perfect about my financial picture. That is one. She is a spender, and she knows it. She's okay with me mentioning it. But
because I've seen their vacation plans.
Exactly. So I went around the office today just out of curiosity.
I'm staying at like a Spring Hill Suites.
I stayed in at Disney World something. What was it? The Contemporary?
The Contemporary, which is one of the more expensive resorts.
I'd love to know what I spent, but I don't. Okay, so
she wouldn't let him see.
I went around the office today. I know
what you spent.
Okay,
and it was a lot.
I don't want to know. Then breakfast wasn't even free. So, and it wasn't very good.
No, it's Disney, dude. Yeah. Nothing is free at Disney.
Banana was like
nothing
$1
or
something
at Disney,
or maybe $2. So, I went around the office and asked people today because this is such a
how much they spend on vacation?
No, how much they talk to their parents about their money. Now, remember, everybody who works here is younger than me, so they still have parents that are alive. In some cases, working. In some cases, still
saving money, and
fairly
investing.
Young. Yeah. So I asked them, like, do you talk to your parents about money? Now, about half of them said, yeah, I do. And the other half said, nope, no idea. Never asked them, never discussed about their retirement. Not one discussion, period. And these are people that work in the industry.
Well, that is interesting.
It is fascinating to me because you think at some point to be like, what do you do for a living, son? Well, I help people retire. And then that might open the whole door to saying, how's your retirement look? I mean, if you thought about this, you're 50 years old, you should be. But I found that a fascinating
it sounds to me
topic.
Like the advisors should broach the subject, though, with their...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They sound...
Raise it.
Yeah. But they're afraid to, I bet.
Well, that gets back to the whole, as I said, when we started, it's loaded. We're not going to talk to you about that. You're my kid. My parents did not discuss how much money they had until about 6 months before my mom died. It was a mystery. It was
That's my plan.
Right. Oh,
Maybe 6 months before I die, you can find out. But other than that, no, I'm not telling you.
So how do you do
Because
this?
you know what's going to happen? And here's why they don't do it.
They're going to want your money.
Human beings are greedy.
They're going to say, don't buy that toaster because I may need it.
Yeah.
I hope not.
They're going to start rubbing their little greedy hands together over the lack of coal in the brazier because I won't give them any coal.
The brazier. That's good. You don't hear that word a lot. So, okay, but how do you do this, right? I mean, I'm going to give you a couple of things I see on a regular basis.
You go ahead because I am not the best person to turn to for this kind of advice.
No, because you're not comfortable telling people they're wrong about money face to face. I do it every day, so it's okay.
I can do it on the radio, but not if I can see them.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't stand that look of disappointment.
Exactly.
You don't mind. You just rub it in.
Why not? You got to create that safe space. You got to somehow avoid blame because it always turns into you should have done this or I got. You can't do that.
No, you messages.
Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. You just can't.
He does that to me all the time, by the way. I go, you screwed up and said guaranteed. And he goes, you messages are not helpful.
I think it was my ex-wife who informed me of that many years ago. So, yeah, you got to
see how well that worked.
Yeah, exactly. More happily for her, probably. You gotta create that safe space. It's hard, but you have to go in with some sort of ground rules if you want to have that discussion, which brings me to number 2. You got to figure out what you want to get out of all this. In other words, what are you trying to achieve? In my situation, all kidding aside, I have a complicated modern family kind of situation, right? Because I have children from different relationships.
You even have wait a minute. Yours is so modern family.
What else?
That you even have an in-law from Colombia.
That's true. Bringing them in from all over the place.
It is so. It's like the TV show.
It is like somebody told me that once a long time ago. That makes sense. But I have shared with them, and I have an estate that has separate assets set aside for if there's anything there. I may be like you. I may spend it all down. I don't know. But if I'm going to have a discussion with somebody in the family, as I'm going to, by the way, it turns out here in a couple hours today, I have a plan going into what I want to try to achieve from that. Here's the result. Here's where I want to end up. How am I going to get there? And then for people that really can't figure this out, this is a good suggestion, I think. Have a third party.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that, as a matter of fact, we seriously have talked about that. We talked about that for Vestry years ago. And just the other day, I said, maybe we should any of you ever watch Billions? The investment firm,
they had the head shrinker.
They had a psychiatrist, psychologist. I think she was a psychiatrist.
I think she's a psychiatrist.
And I said, maybe we should have like
they had her not for that kind of discussion. They had her when the traders went into a slump and they needed somebody to talk them through it.
I think it would be a cool idea for an investment advisory firm to have
a
mental health counselor who is well versed on the financial relationships and those conversations that could help people get into that discussion to how do you broach the subject
and help people understand their emotions about money in a more general fashion. Because once you do that, then you can kind of say, well, no, I'm doing this wrong because I have this. I remember my dad telling me in 4th grade that I couldn't buy whatever. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jim, listen up. We should hire a corporate shrink that any client can use.
Wait, their full-time job would be trying to unpack all of your neuroses. I don't think that would work.
No, I'm good. Just leave me alone.
Leave you alone. Put you back in your little room there. Lock the door from the outside.
Just lock me in my room and leave me alone.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think
because I am unsalvageable.
So can I make a suggestion back to where you started all of this?
What?
Because you said something about now that everybody's getting together in the holidays is a good time to do it. Don't do it on like Christmas Eve.
No. Like the week between Christmas and New Year's.
I think
when
that's smart.
Run out of things to do. Yeah. Like you've opened the presents, you've had dinner, and that week, and Tori's going to be here the whole week. It's like, what are you going to do that in between time?
Yeah. I think that's smart.
Play
that's the time
spades and have the conversation.
Yeah, I think that's good. So, but have the conversation, please.
And I'm serious about the playing spades. You know, it's so funny. We went to New York and we went to this really cool area called Industrial City. It's some old dockside warehouses that they turned into the strangest shopping and entertainment mall I have ever seen in my life.
Wow.
There's a blacksmith in there.
Which part of the city?
Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
There is literally a shop where there's a working
They're
blacksmith.
actually doing it. Wow.
They teach smithing. They sell blacksmith products. They have people teaching art classes. They have microbreweries, distilleries, shops selling all these. It's a fascinating place. Fascinating. So we went there, and it was cold, and we just wanted to hang out.
This is New York.
It was New York. So we would go to like a restaurant. We went to a microbrewery. We sat there. We had a couple of beers, and we played cards in the restaurant. It was really fun.
That is fun.
Very unique.
Good for you.
Anyway.
But you didn't discuss money.
The cost of the beer, how much I was paying.
Who's putting down for this, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, chat it up. Makes sense.
Anything else? Any other great advice?
Assets. I mean, improve your mental health, as you said. No, let's go to some questions.
Okay.
This comes from Lily in Fresno, California. I'm traveling from California to attend Retire Meet 2025 and would like to book a hotel room at or near the conference. Can you please let me know the location of Retire Meet 2025?
Yeah, it's at the Maidenbauer Center, which is right in the middle of downtown Bellevue. And by the way, the cheapest, reasonably priced facility, and I do like it, is the Courtyard.
Yeah, it's not far
by
away.
Marriott, right downtown. It's like one block. I think it was like a block and a half.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's a very middle of the road kind of place. Sure,
I am a big Marriott. I'm a Marriott aficionado. So
I'm more of a contemporary hotel kind of guy myself. So
you're whatever is the most expensive brand available.
I did just stay at the Vanderbilt too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, how many people stay in a hotel in Africa where they have a butler?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Good point. All right, so we look forward to seeing you. By the way, I think
he doesn't have that much money, folks.
No, I really don't.
And he's going to have a lot less.
I'm going to spend it though. Dang it! No, I'm going to spend it.
Another question.
Hope it's always there. Yeah, this one that was a pretty easy one for you. This comes from Maya in Ottawa, Canada. I think right, Ottawa, Canada. Yeah.
Oh, there's an Ottawa, Iowa. I think
OTTAWA. Is there Iowa? Okay. I think it's Canada. It says Canada on here. I love your podcast. Now it's become part of my daily routine. Thank you for that. What do you think of using AVMA, which is the Avantis Balanced Fund, I believe, as a one-stop shop for investing?
I'm thinking of a Tumwa. Sorry.
That would have been better. Yeah. One-stop shop for investing in a retirement portfolio. I have a huge bias against seeing bond funds drop in value, so I prefer to hide it to protect my investment behavior. Previously held bond ETFs and can never hold them long. Keep in mind, I'm planning to hold it. It's kind of awkward sentence while the hold it whole melting down the portfolio. I don't know what that means, but I guess planning to hold it through the next down
do any
market.
meltdowns in the portfolio. Yeah.
Which bonds had a bad year.
Psychologically, her logic is very, very sound.
But let's first say what AVMA is. I think that's the Avantis Balanced. So that has a mix, I believe, somewhere around 60% in a globally diversified portfolio of stocks, including...
What's the symbol again?
A as in Alpha, V as in Victoria, M as in Mary, A as in Alpha. AVMA.
All right, I'm going to check the allocation. That's the moderate allocation fund.
It's going to have stocks and bonds in it. That what she wants is something where she doesn't see
70-30.
Oh, 70-30. Okay.
So it's an aggressive.
Yeah.
It's an aggressive balanced fund.
Yep. But it has the tilts that we like in it. Small value. It's going to have some international exposure. I think that's for a one funder. That's fine.
Yeah, and it is it skews short intermediate on the bonds.
Like that too.
It does just exactly what we'd like to see. And that I love the psychology of this.
And knowing yourself.
Yeah, because what she's saying is if I see it go down, I'm going to freak. But if it's in the portfolio, then I don't see the bonds go down. I just see the whole portfolio not performing as well as a 100% growth portfolio.
And I got to add, do not suffer
from... Or not falling as far.
Don't suffer from recency bias. Bonds had a horrible year in 2022. But if you go back 20 years, I think that they really don't go down that much, ever.
No, but some people, for some people, any kind of a decline. So it works both ways for her. When bonds and because bonds have had these recent long periods of underperformance. So
it was horrible.
So she's feeling that. Now, eventually, though, the opposite is going to happen.
Sure.
Where the stocks go down a lot, and it will work the same way there.
Wait, stocks are going to go down? Not apparently in 2024, they're not.
Well, not likely. I mean, we still have a year left. But what I'm saying is the same psychological impact will exist on the equity side. She will see that her portfolio in a bad market isn't falling as far.
I think that's fair. Either way, as you said.
I think that it's like our suggestion of target date funds. We don't love them, but they take away that focus on the parts as opposed to the whole. And we tell you over and over again, focus on the portfolio, not on its pieces and parts.
Which is hard to do.
It's hard to do.
And I want to mention, by the way, AVMA would be very different than a target date fund because a target date fund is adjusting the stock to bond ratio as you get older. There's no adjustment here. This is 70,
they're going to maintain
30,
that ratio.
That's it. Yeah. So, okay. Got time for one more quick one?
Yeah.
Okay. This comes from Ryan in Jackson, Tennessee. Love the show. After doing some research, I started using a lot of references to the efficient frontier to help draft asset allocations to maximize returns without taking on any more risk. What are your opinions for individuals using this tool to help out do-it-yourself portfolios? The efficient frontier. How would you describe the efficient frontier?
The efficient frontier is a combination of your risk, and generally speaking, it's risk tolerance and the returns that you might expect on your portfolio. It's doing what we say you should do, is create a portfolio that is right for your risk profile. And that's what it means, is that you are looking at your rate of return and risk tolerance and where those two meet on a chart.
Yeah, that's the part. The meeting, that's where the efficient frontier takes root.
Right.
So you can do it just with stocks too, by the way, like how much you have in small, it gets up there and then it doesn't get it. The returns don't get any bigger. That's when you've reached
basically, it's what you chart this and it's not that hard.
No,
it's just a little bit confusing if you're a novice. And I hate to get into those kinds of things, but you chart the standard deviation, which is the volatility, which we use as a measure of the risk of a diversified portfolio, because a really massively diversified portfolio should not be able to ever go to zero except in the most dire of circumstances. So you chart that and you chart the possible return. And then you find on that standard deviation curve where your risk tolerance is, and you see where it hits.
And then you build the portfolio according to that.
Right.
Yeah. Or you can just do what you just said a minute ago, target date fund, because they establish the frontier for you.
Well, they establish an age frontier, though.
Yeah, which isn't
it's
always
not
perfect.
a risk.
No,
it's not a risk return.
But for many
frontier.
people, it is. So,
but honestly, what a good advisor is going to do is almost exactly that, but with a lot more granularity.
Yeah. And granularity in the investments.
Correct.
Should be doing. So, all right. That's some great questions. Good stuff. I want to mention that we've got Retire Meet coming up here in
February.
Couple months. It's already like a third sold out in person. We've got a lot of people online. So join us if you want to come up and see us in Seattle. RetireMeet.com. We got early bird tickets right now. Don will be there. I will be there. Paul Merriman. We just had a guy say, Paul's coming back. Yeah, Paul's 81. How many more years? He
probably
loves it.
15.
He probably still push him up there. He's coming. We got Apollo Lepescu from Dimensional. Outstanding speaker. If you never heard him, it's a full day. It's 6 or 7 hours.
Joe Salsihai from Stackin' Benjamins.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. Medicare, estate planning, it's all there. And it's the online version. I think it's only $5. So and that just goes to charity. We give that to financial literacy. So join us for that. Please send us your questions. How do they do that, Don? Tell them what they want.
Well, there are two ways, kind of. If you want to talk with us one-on-one, there's another way to do it. And I'm going to skip that one.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to us on our radio show, which is every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, you call us at 855-935-TALK. Otherwise, go to talkingrealmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. On that, you can type your question, or you can hit the little microphone record button.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Question.
Yeah, okay.
Have you gone to the website and looked yet?
I don't know how to go to a website.
TalkingRealMoney.com.
I'll bring my millennial in here to show me how to do that. So
I can't believe you're that far behind.
Only 30, 40 years, something like that. I'm kidding. I know how to surf the web.
And I've got my Apple Vision Pro sitting down underneath the tree, and I can't touch it.
You gotta get Debbie out of town for a couple of days, open it, do it, and then put it back in the box.
No, see, she knows that they have the little rip strips on the side. And so I can't even re-shrink wrap it because these are Apple branded little paper strips.
I see. So she'll know the deal.
She'll know.
You just got a couple of weeks or so. It's not that bad. You can make it.
I can't stand it.
We're never going to see you again after that, though.
It was so funny, though. You had in another podcast talked about how you watch your back for people. I got to tell you, when I came out of the Apple store with that
financial advisor,
that $3,700 headset,
that's
I was watching everywhere in that mall, going,
nobody could grab this from me.
Yeah, I mean, I had two hands on it.
No, it's not 10,000 in cash, but it is a lot.
Made it to the car.
Good.
And under the tree.
All right. Good job.
We
won't tell people where your tree is either, because that could be a problem.
Right. Ooh. Yeah. Don't give them my address.
No.
All right.
I don't know it. I had to ask you when I got to town.
But I have to tell you that I've spent money on stuff. Although here's my justification. Are you ready for this? This is great.
You're never going to leave the room at all.
No. I'm going to use it for more than this, but it has a large screen mode where you can put 3 5K screens up, and I do a lot of editing and stuff, and it will actually be really nice for that. And Apple sells a very high-end monitor for editing video and things that is $5,000.
Wow! So you're saving on that.
So I told Debbie, I'm saving $1,300.
Wow, that's
by not buying the $5,000 monitor.
Or if you bought neither of them, then you'd save $3,700. But okay.
Shh.
Sorry. Shh. I hate to be that practical guy. Remember the budget thing and all that stuff. So
you haven't seen it yet, dude. Okay. When you get under that thing, like those have you ever taken a panoramic photo with your iPhone?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They look stupid on your iPhone, right?
But when you look at it, you go, on a bigger screen, it's crazy.
No. But think about a screen that turns them back into reality, that curves the thing around you, where you're literally standing. You feel like you're literally standing back in that spot.
Okay, how much are you getting for product placement on this podcast?
Apple gives me nothing.
Okay, they should give you something.
They should,
but they don't.
They don't. I can't even get Tim Cook to write me back if I send him an email.
Well, that's kind of shocking and saddening at the same time.
I know. Tim, send me a note. Although once I did send him a note about something, and Eddie Q, who's one of his VPs, sent me an email back. So they are responsive. Not like Ed Bastian at Delta, though.
I got a note back from the guy at Alaska Airlines when I had the problem with him 2 years ago.
I actually praised Delta, and Ed Bastian wrote me back within 12 hours on a Sunday.
Wow.
The CEO of
Delta. Ed, feel free to take Christmas off. Is he still there?
Yeah, Ed's great. Ed's one of the better CEOs in America.
I will say I just flew Delta. We flew Alaska out and Delta back. Delta's pretty good. The entertainment's good. The service is good. No offense to Alaska. But
you didn't make it to the Sky Club, did you?
No, we did not have time.
The Sky Club at Delta, particularly the Sky Clubs at their hubs like LaGuardia or Seattle or Atlanta.
Really good?
Flippin' unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, the
food is off the charts.
Yeah, Alaska, we went to the Alaska one because we had more time in Seattle when we were leaving, but the food was not very good.
Again, they have these Michelin chef created dishes.
Yeah, didn't have that at the Alaska.
I mean, we had this at the one in JFK. They had a Asian braised short rib with
speaking of the nice
roasted vegetables meals. And all kinds of Mediterranean foods to go with it. I was like,
and by the way, I will say this. I'm always amazed when I go to those places. In this case, it was 5:30 in the morning and someone was there having a glass of red wine. I think,
Because it's free drinks.
I know. I got to have it. It's free. Like, where are you going to be at about 11 in the morning?
I know. I can't drink in the morning.
No, that's something you do
we
when
went to
you're
the
20.
Delta Lounge in Orlando, and of course, I'm getting a cup of coffee. They have the latte maker, which makes the greatest lattes. And anyway, so I get me one of those, and I get one for Debbie, and I take it back to her, and she goes, "Does it have Bailey's in it?" I said, "It's 10 in the morning."
Take a break.
Yeah, but the Bailey's is free, right?
It's all free.
Yeah. Okay, honey.
Yeah.
I'll go get you some Bailey's.
Have a good flight.
Yeah. Well, she rested. Anyway, thanks for being there. Thanks for being a part of the show. We wish you all the best and hope you'll tell your friends to join us as we try to make money more palatable and approachable and maybe even a little more entertaining, because we think that it's really important that somebody out there is talking real money.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded. Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Appella Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone. This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services. Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.